Hey guys, Sparks back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. Viper is a snake in bunny's clothing. In this review, we are going to be going over all of her skills, possibly good squad mates, what cubes to equip her with, how she does in PvE and in PvP. And we're going to be doing the whole video in her delicious looking bunny costume because why not? Unfortunately, the pass is no longer available, so I hope you got it while you had the chance. Alright, so Viper is a water-type burst 2 attacker with a shotgun, and let's take a look at her skills. Skill 1 activates when the target appears and affects all allies. What this means is that it will only happen when fighting a boss. This could be a large boss stage like Gravedigger in Special Interception, Union Raids, or Nihilister in Campaign, whatever. It also works in normal stages when you get to the end of them and there's like a mini boss that shows up, but it won't work before the boss shows up. Okay, so if you meet those conditions, it will increase attack and hit rate for all allies. This is a very strong effect because an attack boost is the most effective way to increase your damage, and hit rate really helps shotguns as well as other weapons like machine guns and SMGs. Skill 2 increases hit rate for herself by a small percentage, and when entering full burst will prevent her from being targeted for 10 seconds. And she becomes invincible for 1 second. I think the invincibility is just to help mitigate anything that was already targeting her, because like if it was targeting her as the skill goes off, because if she gets hit and takes damage, the other ability to avoid being targeted actually goes away. Her burst is a 20-second cooldown that affects one enemy and deals a high percentage of attack to it. You can see here at level 1 it's 231%. If it's the stage target or the boss that you target with it, it will also decrease their defense for 10 seconds. As a burst 3, this might not be super impressive, but as a burst 2, this means that the follow-up from your burst 3 will deal a ton of extra damage. And of course, everyone will continue to hit harder through that whole full burst time. There are a few different cubes that can work with Viper. The Wingman cube is decent to increase her max ammo. The Assault cube could be used to raise her hit rate as well, but my favorite cube to give her is the Resilience cube for a faster reload speed. Now we'll do a shooting range test for a baseline look at her damage potential. If you watch my Rupee review, you'll know she was one of the highest damage burst 2 options, so here's a look at the damage with her in the squad for comparison. You can see we did 134,700,000 damage. Very good, right? Now we will take a look at the results for Viper in the squad. Remember in my Rupee review I said that there was one unit that managed to beat her? Well, Viper is that unit. This time I did 139,600,000 damage. To be honest, I'm not sure how this is happening and I feel like the results are possibly spurious. Keep in mind, the time of recording my Rupee had all level 5 skills, 2 limit breaks, and 1 overload gear. On the other hand, Viper is base limit break and only has level 1 skills and no overload, yet she somehow did the highest damage recorded. One thing that is almost certainly helping her is that the stage target appears almost right away, plus there is a bunch of ads, so everyone is getting her buffs, plus they have multiple weak targets to hit. This is something that is unlikely to happen frequently in real fights, but it's still a very impressive result. Not to steal Viper's thunder, but since recording, I actually got a new unit that shockingly managed to do even more damage than either Rupee or Viper. So subscribe so you don't miss that review coming soon. Now, for squad mates, Viper will definitely shine on a shotgun team with units like Sugar and Noir or Drake. If you're fighting Gravedigger and have a super high attack stat carry like a Corrupt Modernia, then Guilty will likely be the better burst 2 because she will copy that attack. But otherwise, Viper will be extremely good in that scenario. But in general, you can drop her into any team you've made for a boss since she has a 20-second cooldown. You don't need to worry about another burst 2. Another good boss teammate is Helm, who shares a weak point element and also has boss fighting oriented kit. So from a PvE perspective, she most notably is a solid choice against Nihilister. But she will be effective against any boss stage or special interception and is otherwise a decent burst 2 for fights in general. In PvP, you're not going to get great value out of her because most of her kit will be literally useless since there is no stage target to trigger them. She does have decent burst generation as a shotgun user, but I wouldn't recommend using her unless you really don't have any other burst 2 options. So yeah, let me know what you think of our Snake in Bunny's clothing, and if you have any recommendations on her uses. Don't forget to subscribe for future reviews and other Nikke videos, and I'll catch you guys on the next stream.